time. Cash money, baby. What up? There we go. Hey, did you try to come in last time? I just joined live. Stupid disconnect or reconnecting. And I gotta think again. My monetization is off again. I gotta contact them because of the stupid pin thing. They keep deactivating it. So it's impossible to get a hold of anybody. Like RSR got all figured it out last time for me, walked through like where to what links. Every time you go to like a contact us through AdSense or anybody, it just goes to either giving you different scenarios. Oh, this is what other did, or here's what uploaded. Or it's sorry, no contacts available. Anyway, happy Friday. How you guys doing? That's my little ramble. What up, Shacky? Big day for me at work. Guys, I should have put it in the title. Yes. It's Shaq Rat's birthday. I'm still trying to wake up. Happy flippin' birthday to my boy, Shaq Rat. I got the hiccup this morning. Shaq Rat, happy birthday, brother. Let's get some happy birthdays. Happy birthday emojis in the chat one time. I'll change it in the title when I upload the video or when it gets uploaded. Make sure I put your birthday in there. What's up, Beast? Man, where do we start? KC9, what up? Where do we start? So again, guys, your packages are getting packed up. They will be off tomorrow morning. The stream. Oh my God. It almost reconnected. Need to be clear. I got an email last night from YouTube saying monetization is paused again because I haven't entered in my PIN. Well, I haven't entered in my PIN because, if you're watching this, you don't send me my PIN. I've requested it 8 times now, and I can't call anybody at AdSense or Google or YouTube, I guess is what I should say. So I'm gonna work on that probably tonight during the day. Maybe try to find a way to contact them, and we'll go from there. Because I think it's ridiculous that they pause my stuff, my monetization, because they can't get me my PIN. I don't think that's fair at all, but it is what it is, guys. It's not really about the money. It's about you guys. It's about the community. It's about the family. So, one second, I'm blowing my nose. So anyway, what'd you guys think of the game last night? Dent. I am a 7 1/4. 7 1/4 is what I wear. 7 1/4. Give me 1 second. I gotta order my drink, guys. Happy Monday. It's Shaq Rat's birthday. Wish him happy birthday as you're coming in. Little birthday emojis. Yeah, well, that happens. What's that?
He'll be right with you.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, Russell Wilson sucked. Do you a little? Yeah, we do a little bit of power washing. Power wash. 1 second, guys.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm good. What are we making for you today?
Can I get a Venti caramel ribbon crunch with 2 shots of espresso, please?
Venti caramel ribbon crunch with sweat shots.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
And your name?
Jeff.
All right,
Yep.
Jeff.
All right.
Come on up.
All
It'll
right.
be 8:09.
Alrighty. Yes, balls. Got it right there. He says, go attack the day, everyone. Positive vibes only. That's right, guys. Positive, positive, positive. It is Friday. Like, when you guys wake up on Fridays, I don't know if it's just because it's payday and I'm going to be seeing the kids and seeing my girl this weekend or what it is. But every Friday I wake up, every day I wake up, actually, I'm feeling usually pretty good. But Fridays, there's just something different about it. Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, it being the weekend. I know that like Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, I'm going to stream with you guys. We're going to get our caffeine drink like we're doing on this Friday today, which happens sometimes, doesn't happen others. Depends on how boy can get ahead. Set my alarm for 6:30 this morning so that I could make this special script in the stream before I started work. So I was thinking about you guys this morning. So shout out to all you guys. I appreciate all you guys. I know people have told me they miss the morning streams throughout the week when I can do them. So trying to get you guys one this week here. And here we are. Give me 1 second. Just get my drink quick. Yeah, that Seattle Cardinals game. Very interesting. Very low scoring first half.
Very nice.
Yes, thank you.
You working today?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Work.
That's what you gotta do, yep. I start working in about 50 minutes.
All right.
Gotta get my morning juice.
That's
Morning
right.
juice.
Have a good day.
You too. People are, come on, stop reconnecting and kind of, very nice, you know. She's like that lady, like that mother or grandmother or whatever, that when you go to the house, they always make sure you got a nice hot cooked meal, you know, something good for you. So the plans for the weekend are as follows. We'll continue to talk a little bit about the trip too. So the weekend, tonight I'm going to the mall. They're going to be shutting everything down here, like main things, like you can't sit in restaurants, you can't go to gyms, you can't go to malls. That all shuts down tonight at midnight. So me and the kids are going to go to the mall tonight. We're going to take advantage of that. Hopefully Cowboy Jack's and the mall is still open tonight before they do the shutdown. Hopefully they haven't already shut down. We're going to get our shopping in before they shut the malls down. And then I'll do the stream tomorrow morning, dropping off the packages, do a little hangout. Maybe we'll go drive around looking for some product. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll drive to an LCS. Maybe I'll take it to either Cal at the ballpark, or I'll take you to 3 Stars. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll drive out to one of the card stores tomorrow during our morning stream. We'll start talking NFL Week 11, my plays, which if you're in the Discord, there's a couple things. There's going to be a couple advantages to being a part of the Discord. Okay? One of them is when I'm selling individual cards that I list on like Twitter, if I list it for a certain price on Twitter to anybody, which is still going to be cheap, before I start dropping the price on Twitter. So here's an example. I posted in a Coro Isaac Okoro, Chrome, Contenders, Draft Picks, Auto on Twitter. I started it yesterday at $90 on Twitter. I posted it in Discord for $60 starting. I think I ended up selling for 75 on Twitter because I kept dropping the price, or 60 or something. But either way, you guys need to take advantage of everyone. Have a good day. All right, KC9, good deal, brother. Take advantage of being a part of the Discord. Now, what else was I gonna say? What was the other part of the Discord? Oh yeah, my DFS plays for the week. As I start looking at them, as I start researching, as I start looking at where I'm at, I think on I want to say Wednesday afternoon this week, I posted where I'm at with my plays as of right now. So I put like 3 quarterbacks in there. I put 3 running backs, like 4 receivers, 2 or 3 tight ends, a couple defenses. But I put those plays in there early. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the plays I'm going to stay on. And that's why you need to watch my Saturday morning streams and my Sunday morning streams, because things can change, right? People are going to probably say that are in the Discord Saturday morning, if I don't list certain names, they're going to go, but Defness, you're on this guy on Wednesday in Discord or whatever in the DFS channel. Things change, guys, as we do research, as news comes out. Guys, remember, a lot of times we don't know guys who are not going to be playing or who are going to be playing, or someone's going to be starting ahead of this person at a running back, or this running back's going to be out. So now this running back is going to be getting, or going to apparently be getting the workload, which usually never happens. Even when they say that, it's usually some other guy, like the guy off the practice squad or something else. But either way, that stuff will, I'm going to stay consistent with the Discord. I'm going to stay consistent with these streams, the days that I for sure am doing them. Like the auctions are going to be steady on Tuesdays, man. In-depths are going to be Wednesdays. The Caffeine with the streams for sure Saturday and Sunday mornings. Sunday evenings. Remember, guys, Sunday evenings. We are now going to be doing a hobby hangout through StreamYard, and I'm going to be bringing you guys on. And this is a perfect opportunity for somebody like Dent, right? For somebody like RSR. It's a perfect opportunity for any of you guys. But Alpha Fan Breaks can come on with us as we're talking different things in the hobby and what's going on in the hobby. And he can take a few minutes to, even though I've done an in-depth with him, so you can go back and watch that with Dent Fowler. I've actually done an in-depth with him. He was like my 4th, something. I don't even remember. It's been many, many episodes ago. If you go look, check out the in-depths with Defness. Dent was already interviewed, so you can kind of get to know him there. But it's another way for people that maybe don't even know about those interviews, or maybe don't even know I interviewed him, right? Maybe they don't even know that exists. It's another way for people to put a face to a name, and for him to talk about what he has going on, right? He can talk a little bit about his vision. Another place for Tom T, right? How many of you guys know that Tom T goes live on occasion? How many times do you guys know that Tom T sells? He usually finds decent amount of retail and stuff, and he sells Mosaic mega boxes, football mega boxes, and other things, which I got from him last night. These are the types of things that I want this Sunday evening hangout to represent. I will host it. I do not want to be the main character of the show every time. I don't want to be the one doing the main talking. I want to be the guy that basically just facilitates it. I want to bring people in, whether they don't have as big a following on one thing or another, or on YouTube or whatever. Again, taking the opportunity to really get to know them. Tom T, I did a stream with a while back. It was Time with Tom T, is what we called it. The thumbnail is a clock, and it's got like text with Tom T. Kind of cool. I did Detroit Tiger colors because he's a Detroit guy, Michigan guy. But that's the kind of thing it's going to be, but it's going to have multiple people on. And then we're also going to be able to talk on topics, guys. So there's a lot of topics I like to talk about that I like to debate. And some of these topics are things like when you when you when you sell a card, how you picture it, and what kind of protector it's in. What up, Eric? How you doing, brother? Hope you and the family are doing all right, doing good. Everybody, guys, keep prayers up for Eric and his family. Son got tested positive, so his son's in college. His son had to go home. Eric's kind of a high risk because of what he's got. So, guys, just make sure. Yeah. Double shot looking good with caramel. But yeah, so guys, prayers for Eric. Guys, we always look out for each other. That's probably the biggest part about this community and my community or our community is that we take care of each other, number one. First and foremost, we look out for each other. We take care of each other. We reach out to each other. We make sure we are all good. We're like family, man. Sometimes people may say that's a corny saying when it's a group of people or whatever, but that's basically what it is, guys. Like, let's take for an example like Tom T. Me and Tom T. Tom T stumbled upon me during my first 24-hour stream. He tells the story every once in a while about how he ran into deafness. He ran into my 24-hour stream and said he never stopped checking, watching me out, watching whatever. Me and Tom T, basically, we don't even have to tell each other. We don't even have to tell each other, hey, I'll make sure that I'm putting all these tigers and all these lions and all these cards aside for you, pistons and sudokus. We just stack them. You watch a stream with Tom T, whether I'm in the stream or not, like chatting, like last night, he's like, we're going to go open some of these old packs just for fun at the end. Like if nobody else is buying anything. And he finds Vikings or Twins or whatever. These are going to go in Deafness's stack. Like they're just going in his stack, right? And we just send each other packages full of our PC stuff. We don't ask for anything. We know that it's going to all happen exchange in return. We're just going to take care of each other. When I go to the card stores and I'm going through cards, as I look for most of you guys, if I know who you like, I find a bunch of Sudoku. I pull them out. I get them for them, right? I send them to them. That's how it should be with all of us, guys. All of us should be. I try to model this channel. I try to model who I am and who I really am as a person, off camera and on camera as the same person. I'm not a character. I don't put on like some kind of show. Everybody that's been with me outside of off streams says I'm the same person on stream as off stream, and that's how I'm always going to be. That's how I'm always going to keep myself, and I'm going to keep myself honest with you guys. I'm not afraid to tell you guys anything about my life. I'm not, because you know what? I hope that at some point, at some time, me having enough courage to talk about my issues in my past can help somebody else. I can reach somebody, right? Remember, it's that line. It's that line. You may not reach 1 million people, but you might reach that one person that can reach 1 million people, and that's strong. That's huge. And maybe you don't reach that person that reaches 1 million. Maybe you reach that person that reaches 2 people, or reaches 3 people, or reaches 5 people, or 10 people, and then one of them reach maybe 1 million because of a platform that they get or they become big, right? So, yeah, I got all sorts of hats, man. I just like the look of it. It matches things. Like I said, Eric, there's certain hats I won't spend money on because I typically don't have much to go with them. But if there's a certain hat I never wear in streams, or a certain hat I can't buy, like a Packer hat, I could not buy myself. I would wear a Packer hat with the right thing, and I would make sure to wear it if somebody sent me one, right? But I couldn't go buy a Packer hat. It just wouldn't work for me. I'd probably all my Vikings fans and all them would probably disown me more than likely. But I respect the Packers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love Devontae Adams. I think Aaron Jones is a great running back. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you, brother. But what I'm trying to get at is like this whole community, as most communities should be. Guys, if you go in a Facebook group or you go in an Instagram group or you go in a Twitter group or whatever and it's a hangout and you don't feel welcome, what's up, the one and only Bud Stoney? What's going on, man? Happy Friday to you. Happy 420 when it is 420 today, man. Good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in this morning. We're just doing a little rambling in the car. Morning caffeine with the team stream. But if you don't get that sense of welcoming, if the person you go into, put it this way, some advice that I would give other people, right? My own personal advice on how I've done what I've done. When you do auctions or you go live on a stream, if you're not interacting with everybody that is in your chat, if you don't acknowledge the people that are in your chat, and I'm not saying that can happen all the time. In fact, trust me, guys, I watch streamers that have 3,000, 5,000 live at one time, and the chat goes insane, and they can't keep up. And that's where super chats and things like that for them, if you really want to get a message or be seen, that's where it's really even more important because it'll be highlighted. They'll see it for sure. It'll pop up on a separate thing because the stream goes so fast. And my monetization, I'm going to work on getting back up. It's paused again because I can't get a pin from them. They keep telling me they send me a pin. I have not gotten a pin in over a year. I've requested it 8 or 9 times now. So I'm getting kind of irritated with them. I'm not going to lie. YouTube, if you're watching again, you need to reach out to me because I don't know where you guys are sending my pin, but I'm not receiving it. And you can see that I've requested it over and over and over and over and over and over again. But anyway, moving on. If they're not interacting with you, if you don't feel welcomed, like that's a big flag. If people are like just being absolutely rude and mean to each other in chat, that's probably not somewhere you want to hang out. And as whoever's channel or whoever's the host of that, they may want to look into it a little bit more, and they might want to think of either controlling it a little bit better or doing something to change something. Yeah, man, Jacob, it's crazy, man. Like, I get an email early this morning. Your monetization has been paused again. Not because I don't meet criteria, because I haven't entered my PIN that I haven't got from them. So, whatever that is, that's crazy to me. Crazy to me. It's ridiculous, dude. Like, it is. It's absolutely crazy. But guys, you want to be a part of groups, wherever it is, whoever it is, that interact with people, that acknowledge. Like, when you pop in, somebody may not see you the first time when you say something, right? But they should see you the second or third time, you know? And you got to give people, some leniency. Like, again, if there's a lot going on in the chat, if they're explaining something or talking about something, they might not want to interrupt what they're saying to say what's up to you or hello to you. But guys, it's not hard to acknowledge everybody. It's not hard to be nice to everybody. It's not hard for any of that. And I feel like there's a lot of groups out there that probably run that way, right? That people aren't as close and connected as, say, like a group like us, or Jimmy Guns, or BITG, or Classic Pack Breaks, or Rippin' Gypsy, or Alpha Fan Breaks, or I'm gonna miss people. I know I am. I always do. Buck City Breaks. Any of those. Like, if you go into those kind of groups, those chats when they're live, you see a fun group interacting, intertwined, connected with each other. Exactly, man. We're Cardboard Media's community. Ball started that hashtag when I started breaking a long time ago. He was the big part of that whole thing. Like me and Balls go back, man. That's when like we connected at first. And now look, we're super close friends, man. We talk on the phone, we text each other. Guys, and you guys should be able to get to a point with these people like that you interact with where you have their number. You can reach out to them. And again, guys, if you don't see somebody for a while, if you don't hear from somebody for a while, try to reach out to them, email them, text them, call them. It doesn't take but a few minutes to call to check on someone and say, hey man, are you all right? Are you good? Hey, you know what? I haven't, and not to be not to be a nosy person, but hey, you know what? I haven't seen you around in the chats for a while. Is everything good with you? Are you good? Like, we don't know what someone else is going through. I don't know what any of you guys are going through unless you guys share certain things with me, and I don't expect you to share your personal lives and what you got going on. Some of you do. Some of you feel perfectly fine doing it. I won't tell anybody or say anything unless somebody else wants me to say something. But that's what it's about, guys. Like, you know, you can honestly save someone's life sometimes. Like sometimes people just feel so lonely, you know? Like they don't have friends to hang out with outside of YouTube or wherever. They don't have family around. They don't have family close. Maybe some of their family doesn't really talk to them. Maybe they don't intertwine with them. There's a lot of people out there, dude, that are lonely, man. And being lonely sucks. It absolutely sucks, man. I know. I've been there. That's why I got a dog. Like, again, me and Zoe, we've slept in this car. We slept in this car for a night or two just so I could have enough money to make sure that when I got my kids on the weekend that we had a place to stay. We had a roof over our heads and we could eat. They could eat. Really. It's really more or less they could eat. But, you know, there's people get into certain situations and certain times where, man, it sucks to be alone. It sucks to be lonely. It sucks to not have, you know, people you can rely on. And not to say that you should ever rely on somebody to say let you live somewhere free or let you stay somewhere or whatever, but people get into situations, man, like sometimes it's out of the control. And wouldn't it be nice to actually have people that give a shit, that, you know, like for me, I know what it's like sleeping in a car for a night or two or whatever, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, hell, some people would say you had a car to sleep in, right? I could have the AC on for a while if it's summertime. I could have heat on if it's wintertime. You know, that's I guess you could say that's being ahead right there. But like if I knew somebody was struggling, if I knew somebody was going to be sleeping outside, and I'm not saying everybody has to be this type of person, but if I knew somebody I knew that I chatted with that was part of our community or a friend or whatever, and they were sleeping outside, you better bet I would find a freaking way to get them somewhere to have a roof over their head. Where's the closest hotel? Go there. I'm calling them. I'm going to pay for a night or 2 nights or whatever. Take a hot shower, get a night's rest, you know. And I'm not saying go out and do that for anybody and everybody. I'm just saying, like, sometimes we take so freaking much for granted, man. So much for granted. Way too much for granted. We don't realize how well we really have it. You know, I wake up this morning. I told you guys yesterday, I think, like I have a pinched nerve or something in my back. It bugs the shit out of me. But when I hear myself complain and whine about it, it pisses me off, because why are you whining about a freaking pinched nerve in your back? Ooh, wah, wah. Who gives a crap, man? You had a bed to sleep in, you had a roof over your head, you have a job, you have a great job. It's Friday, nonetheless, this morning. You can walk, you can breathe, you can eat, you can taste, you can smell, you can do all these things, you can lift. And not only that, you can do all these things and you have materialistic things that really don't mean anything, right? But everybody in today's world wants the materialistic things. It's people look at somebody and they judge them based upon probably what they have, right? What they wear, what kind of car they drive. Do they have a house? Do they rent? Right? And depending upon who you ask and who you talk to, some people that of the likes of some people who really like Gary Vee, and I'm a fan of his. I don't mind him. I always said I think he's great for the hobby. I just am not someone that would go out and interview him and do all that, because I'd rather interview you people like you guys that are actually part of the community, that actually have a story as well, might even have a cooler, more unique story, and I want your story to be heard on platforms. So he says, if you watch much of him, he actually says that you're better off if you can get back in your parents' house, even in your like 30s, late 20s, 30s, not owning a house and like renting or staying at your renting out your parents' basement or whatever. That's actually advice Gary Vee gives. That's a guy that's been very successful, very entrepreneurial. That's the kind of advice he says. He says, don't buy a house. Now, I'm not saying go out and listen to me and go listen to what Gary Vee said. I'm just reiterating some things he said as a successful person. These are ideas that he thinks. So, again, looking at what we have, materialistic things, whatever. I have 12 different hats and I keep getting hats. It's just because I like to switch things up, even though I've been wearing this one a lot lately. It's kind of hard not to when the team is still undefeated, right? But man, like there's a bigger picture, man. There's bigger things in life, right? It's like people always say you can't, when you die, you can't take any of it with you. Although I don't 100% believe in all that, because here's what I say. Here's what I say. I love life because you never know. Yeah, guys, like Shack Rat. Yeah, always look at the positives. Justin changed the 2020 Phoenix break now. Only $41.50 a random team. $14.50, super cheap. Dent. Throw me in a couple spots if you can. Just send me a reminder. I'll send you the money this afternoon. Throw me in 4 spots if you got 4 spots. Put me in 4 spots. Send me a reminder and how much I owe you. That'd be $29. That'd be $58 plus shipping. Just send me a reminder. I'll take 4 spots. I'll send the money this afternoon. Okay, brother? What up, Michaels? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you this morning. Happy caffeine, happy morning to you, my man. Let me get a drink quick. All right. So, Shack Rat. Yeah, but guys, Alpha Fan Breaks. Got a Phoenix break. Random team. $14.50. Go check him out. AlphaFanBreaks.com. Mr. Dent Fowler and his son run that, dude. Awesome thing they got going on. I'm a super fan. I wish my son or my girls were more into sports cards, or one of the girls was. My son used to be big time. He still will open a pack here and there if I'm like, hey, let's open some packs. I'm going to try to get him on some videos, some lives where we do like pack wars or box wars. Something. I want to get him. But I want to go back to what Shack Rat says. Shack Rat says, I know exactly what you're saying, Deafness. I love life because you never know when it could all be taken away from you. So Shack Rat says that. Shack Rat, when he's saying that, he has a lot of meaning behind that. And for some of you who don't know, Shack Rat could have not have been with us right now. Could have not have been with us. I don't know if that's not obviously proper way of speaking English, but either way it works. It's Friday morning. We're going to do whatever we want to do. This is the Deafness 45 channel. We can do whatever we want to do as long as we take care of each other and be positive and have fun. That's what this is about. If we can make somebody smile, it's even better. Shaq Rat says that he loves life because you never know when it could be taken away from you. Shaq Rat just about died, guys. This is true. This is real. He probably shouldn't be with us right now. He probably shouldn't be celebrating this birthday today that he has. Shaq Rat has... Me and Shaq Rat have talked a lot, guys. That's another thing. If any of you guys ever want to do like it's a Google Hangout. We're going to be doing it through StreamYard, like live video. But if you ever want to do a Google Hangout, like just with like, it's not live, it's live, but it's not stream live. Paulie runs one. He does it like sometimes on Monday evenings or, you know, whatever, Tuesday evenings sometimes. Well, not Tuesday because the auctions. But I'm always a part of their little hangout. And it's usually Paulie and Shaq for sure. Jimmy's popped in sometimes. Balls is in there sometimes. Peds pops in. There's a couple people. I think Austin used to be a part of that. Austin Farmer. But anyway. Yeah, the Google Hangout crew, GHA, yes sir. Man, I can't wait till my son is a little bit older. We're gonna, yeah, dude, just cherish that, man. And cherish the time when he's old enough to start ripping them and he enjoys them like my son was. My son used to, any money he could get, he wanted to go buy cards. And you know what I would always do? I'd be the dad that wants him to get more. So whatever money he had, I'd usually like be doubling it, right? Or if he get birthday money, hey, don't tell mom. But hey, we're gonna get extra this, extra that, so you can open them. He used to love ripping cards, and I'm gonna try to get that love back into him. Yeah, I'm sure he'll come back to it. He's a huge sports nut. He loves sports. He loves fantasy stuff. He's gonna be a DFS player. I'm teaching him the ways. He already wants to build lineups on my account. Like, Dad, can I build a lineup? So, yeah, that's how it should be, though, man. That's how it should be. Why not? Who cares, right? And just as long as you teach them how to protect them, you know, they could turn around and you know, again, it's a lot of money. You teach them how to sell the cards they want to sell, right? To recoup. You can put it on your eBay page, whatever. Post them on Twitter for your son, whatever it might be. But, what was I getting at? What was I saying? Oh, so Shaq Rat, me and Paulie, you know, Shaq Rat's basically told me, like, you know, what he had went through medically and everything else, guys. And he's got a great story. And a lot of you guys don't even know that. Like, I'm sharing that with you right now, you 8 or 10 or whatever many people are in here right now this morning on Friday morning. A lot of you guys don't know that about him. But it's real. It's true. He appreciates life. And sometimes you gotta have things almost taken away from you, or sometimes you gotta have things taken away from you to realize what you appreciate, right? It's kind of like you guys have all been there, right? You guys have all been there. I know you have. You lose a family member, you lose a friend, you lose a cousin, you lose somebody, right? And when you lose them and you're grieving, you're saying, I wish I would have spent more time, right? I talked about this, guys. Like, I've lost 2 uncles. My mom has lost 2 brothers a year apart from cancer. One from brain cancer, one from bone marrow cancer. And I talked about it, like how I wished I would have taken more opportunity and talked and had conversations with my uncles, right? Like, they were both very intelligent, very, very intelligent individuals. My uncle Gary, who just passed, the most recent one that passed, he is a doctor. He's a doctor his whole life. You know, after he went to school, graduated. You guys know that he He went to Stanford University. If you look up Stanford University for football, he still holds the record, I think, for the longest run or reception in Stanford history. Stanford University. You know where McCaffrey went to? Christian McCaffrey. He had like 2 touches in the game, and he had like 100 and some yards. He had I think a 98. I think it was 98 yards if I recall. 96 or 98. Look it up. His name is Gary Strandamo. My mom's maiden last name is Strandamo. Strandamo. My uncle's Mark, Gary. My grandfather, who passed years ago, Ray, he was. What's up, Dreamer? Happy Friday, brother. My grandpa Ray was also Kenyan is where they all grew up, where they lived. My grandpa Ray even made the so did my uncle Gary, but they made the Hall of Fame for their. It's Kenyan's a smaller town, so it's like a couple of towns they go together to play sports for one team. But they made Hall of Fame. My grandpa was inducted into the Kenyan Wanamingo Sports Hall of Fame like a couple years ago. I mean, he's been gone forever, but they just inducted him like a couple years ago. Like, there's a lot of athleticism in our family. My cousin that lives in Rochester that did MMA for a while, he ran track he was really fast. He ran track in high school, and grades set him down, but he would have got a scholarship and would have, I think Michigan was looking at him. He would have went and ran track and got a college education through a scholarship. He had the grades, but he didn't. But anyway, what was I gonna say? We were talking about Shack Rat and whatnot. I don't know. But anyway, oh yeah, I talk about, like, we always wish we would have taken more time. We would have had conversations. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you do this sometimes, and maybe you don't do this all the time. And I don't do this all the time, but I wish I did. Do you guys, like, right now, like when I'm talking, right? And I'm not saying I'm giving you guys any crazy advice or anything, but I'm just using this as an example. So as I'm talking right now, do you guys try to take what I'm saying, and do you really try to think of scenarios and situations, or try to think of ways that maybe this or that would help me? I do that all the time, and why I'm bringing this up, or why I'm saying this, is because there is so much more I could have learned from my Uncle Gary, from my Uncle Davis. They were both very intelligent, very, very intelligent people, guys. Very intelligent. How much I could have learned during conversations with them. And I'm not saying you have to have somebody give you a lesson on something. I'm saying just in general, like, just by having conversations. Guys, the way people carry themselves, the way people talk, the things that people say, there's lots of ways that you can take away things and learn things from others. Sometimes I don't think we take advantage of what's in front of us, what people are telling us, what people say. On May 20th, what's up? Michael Beans is back. On May 26th, I got rushed into the hospital because I couldn't breathe. I had bacterial pneumonia, which I had 7 liters of fluid on my left leg. I was lung. I was from collapsing and dying. That's crazy, man. Mom had a chance to marry Yari, Carrie, Jerome. Hey, like, guys, my old man, my dad, he was a truck driver. Like, that's what he did. So even when he was in my life, like, up till I was 4 or 5 years old, he wasn't there very often, right? I tell you guys, like, when my dad left, he walked out on me on Christmas Eve. When I started playing football and sports, this was in the 80s, early 80s, before the Jacob Weatherling big national news that was from Minnesota St. Cloud before he got kidnapped. Kids used to be able to go out in the neighborhood, bike, not worry, no matter how old you really were. So I used to bike to my football practices in full pads, like 2 miles. Sometimes it'd be getting dark on my way home. But I had to do what I had to do because moms did everything she could so that me and my sister had the best lives we could have. And again, I say it all the time, but my mom is incredible. Like, my mom is my role model. Like, I want to be, if I can be half the parent she was, I feel like I'm winning, man. Like, she is just an incredible person. She's an incredible soul. So, when my Uncle Davis, this is before COVID all hit, when my Uncle Davis, when they found out that he had the brain tumor 2 years ago, whatever, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when he got admitted, I was already living in a nursing home. And let me tell you a little bit about my Uncle Davis. My Uncle Davis got his life was pretty much shitty the whole time. So not only did he wasn't really into sports much like he was, but he was more into band and stuff. Like, he wanted to do band and things of that nature. And his brothers, my uncles, and my grandpa, his father, would give him shit. You know, they would call him names. They would do all sorts of things because he didn't play football. They'd call him weak. This is real, dude. Like, in fact, my Uncle Gary, who was the doctor who just passed more recently from the bone marrow cancer, when he did his eulogy for my uncle's eulogy, both my uncles were there, and my Uncle Gary during the eulogy was talking about how he really enjoyed band. He went to Washington State. He was part of a band, and he said he would always get picked on, made fun of. And he looked my uncle right in his eyes when he said that. And, it never felt like he was ever good enough, right? But he was very intelligent. He went to school. He got a college degree. Both of them did. And were very successful. But his life was very short in the sense of he was in a wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair since he was like 28, 30 years old. He was in a wheelchair, 35 maybe at the max. He started being in a wheelchair. He had to start wearing a helmet because he'd have seizures and things of that nature. And then he got this brain. But once he got this brain tumor, once he was in hospice and whatever, and he already had to stay in a nursing home. He had to live in a nursing home for years before he ever even got this brain tumor, just because he couldn't take care of himself fully. He could get around, he could whatever. But I'm telling you guys this because it goes back to my mom and me saying how much I look up to her. She's if you guys think that I'm a caring person and whatever, I get that. I learned that from her. Like, she's just an incredible person. I think most people can say that about their mothers, but the moral of the story is, I was talking about my uncle, is that she spent hours, days, nights with my uncle to make sure he wasn't alone, to make sure he was comfortable. That some stuff that the nurses could not do all the time, right? So, by the way, Beast Mode, it's good to cry, man. Like, everybody cries. Everybody that's human cries. Whether you're man enough to do it in front of a camera or not, that's a different story. Everybody cries. People cry in the shower. Some people just don't do it on camera sometimes. I'm sorry, I'm an emotional person. When I talk about things that I love, I'm all right with showing emotion about it because, well, I'm a man. So some might call that what are some words that people call sometimes soft and things of that nature. The funny thing is none of these people would ever say I'm soft to my face because they would really find out how soft I am. Anyway, so she would spend hours, nights, days by his side. She went through, she went through, there were so many times where he was probably going to pass. What's up, the hobbyist, card hobbyist? There were there were so many times where we were getting told by her and whoever else the nurses don't think he's gonna make it through the night or the next day. And she would be there. She was by his side, right? Well, it went on. Like he went through. He was supposed to pass. I think they told him 2 to 3 months, and he went almost a year, I believe. It was like 8 or 9 months, and he was told 2 to 3 months is what they figured he was gonna have. There was a time where, and I'm going to tell you this little story quick too before I get off here and start to work and we all start our day. But, as he was going through the transition, and he would fall asleep. There was a time where, and this is why I don't think he passed right away, is because he fell asleep. He was sleeping one night. Exactly. And when he woke up, he said that he saw his dad, my grandpa, and he said something about like we still. He said something about we're not right yet. We're not good yet. Like he wasn't ready to pass to go into heaven with his dad or his grandpa, because they didn't leave on good terms when my grandfather passed away. They had argued, they got in fights, whatever. I don't think he really told him how he really felt, regardless of how they treated him, whatever. That's your father, right? At the end of the day, like, my dad hasn't been there for me. He's taught me a lot, though. He's taught me how to be a father by being there, right? There's a lot of things I could thank him for. He showed me things a different way. I took the way of what I took how I was raised and how he was in my life to not reflect and not do that same thing with my kids. In fact, I told myself this when I was in my teens and 20s. When I'm a father, I'm gonna be there for my kids. I'm not going to be the person that walks away. I don't care what happens with me and the mother of the kids. I'm going to be there for my kids regardless. I will fight tooth and nail to be in their life if it comes down to that. So you learn what not to do. What's up, Tim? How you doing, brother? So anyway, but he had said that they weren't good yet. So he still had some things that he had to work out himself before he was ready to let go and pass. And I'm telling you guys don't even think about it, but the countless hours, the countless days, the countless weeks, the countless months that my mom was there, and she did the right thing, right? She did the right thing. She would do that for me. I would do that for her. But like, she just, and how much wear that has on your relationship, on the rest of your family. Like, my stepfather, he's a great guy. Thank God he's a great guy. Thank God but you get burnt out. Like, there's a lot of times where now he's home alone, which is fine, because he's fine. He can take care of himself, right? My uncle couldn't. My uncle's really on his way of passing. But still, not being able to see each other, and I mean, she would be gone for weeks at a time, and then her sister would go and watch or take over for a couple of days or whatever, so she could go rest. But it was a drive too. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, So when she's done, whenever she's done for the days or weeks, whatever, it's not like she can just drive there and drive back the same day or same night. Like she would have to stay. And luckily, my grandmother's still alive. So my grandmother's still alive. So, um, she would stay at her mom's at my grandmother's house. And they go back in the morning and whatever, whenever she wants. And I'm Lunch Mike, getting ready for the day. Yeah, man. Guys, just be good to each other. It's not that hard to do, right? Be positive. Make somebody's day. I'm glad I got up early today so I could do this. I'm glad I got up early this morning so I could give you guys a Friday morning stream. Guys, we're gonna have one of these tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock probably Central Standard Time. We're going to have one Sunday morning as well. That'll be from the casino lobby as I'm staying out at the casino Saturday night. But guys, just stay safe, be good, enjoy this Friday, enjoy the time, man, and that's another thing. Don't take for granted the time, the days, the minutes, the seconds. Take full advantage of it. Take full advantage of it. BITG should be live. Alpha Fan Breaks. I hope you heard me, brother. Give me 4 spots. Remind me this afternoon. Give me a total, and I'll send you this afternoon here, if there is 4. And otherwise 3, whatever. And guys, Alpha Fan Breaks is filling some breaks. Eloy will be live as well tonight. I talked about Eloy earlier. He'll be live as well tonight. So the GOAT will be back. He's got the cheapest supplies around. His breaks are cheap too, guys. Eloy is one of those guys. So he's similar to BITG with the breaks. Their pricing is very, 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 very fair. He understands it. He gets it. Eloy understands it like BITG. He gets it. He prices things to keep them affordable. He knows what the distributors and the vendors are getting their boxes for, usually if they're getting them direct from Panini or Tops. Those boxes go for $1,000. They get for like $100. You guys know that, right? Just because the price is, whether the price is 200 or it's 1,000, they get them for like 80 or $100 or $150. So whatever they mark them up to, that's what the market decides to do. The market decides to control and change things. So they're making $800 or $900. So breakers that take the price of that box when they're getting them for that, they're making that much money if they're selling the breaks super high, if they're selling spots for whatever. He keeps it very affordable. Guys, I've gotten boxes, hobby boxes from him or jumbo boxes from him. He could tell you, I've probably bought 4 or 5 boxes from him over the course of the year. When I see something I like, he's always got it slashed way down, like cheaper than you'll find anywhere else on a hobby box too. And his supply is the cheapest. So, guys, enjoy your Friday, guys. Let's make it happen. Let's have an awesome, awesome, awesome day. Let's have an awesome weekend, guys. Let's not take anything for granted going forward, right? Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Keep it fun. Keep it positive. Please jump on my bus if you haven't hopped on yours yet. I'll get you right back. All right, guys. Yeah, make sure you check out the one and only Bud Stoney, new guy to our channel. He's been popping in as of late. I'll be in as many streams as possible. Yeah, guys, don't forget about Shaqrad's birthday today either. Go shorty. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. We're going to drink Bacardi like it's your birthday. And we don't give up because that's your birthday. Peace.